Hi guys, One Piece chapter 994. My other name is Yamato. This chapter was amazing, and first of all, the first highlight was the end of the Capone Beige and the whole Lola getting married thing. That little side story, anyway, cover arc, because I kind of hated it. I thought it was so boring and it felt really irrelevant. So I'm really glad it's over. But I wonder what importance is going to have on the plot, because usually these cover pages kind of tell us a story about something that's going to happen later on. So I wonder how it's going to affect the storyline, but we'll find out sooner or later, I guess. All right, so we get into the chapter. We kind of start off where last chapter we saw Kiku's arm get blown off by Kaido's blast anyway, and I was really impressed with Kiku's resolve actually. Like this is one panel where she's just she's just smiling. I was like, she's not even phased at all. But she just had her arm blown off, and they obviously stopped the bleeding. And yeah, I thought it was really cool the way what's his name, Kiemon, uses his fire sword to pierce her skin, and it kind of stops the bleeding and everything. And she's like, "Can you stand Kiku?" It's so impressive, and it's really amazing to see the resolve that they have with the Kaido, because they're not scared even when losing an arm like that. So yeah, that was amazing. And what's even more cool is Kaido actually starts to take this a bit more seriously, as he even turns into his I don't know if it's his mixed form or his human form, but he transforms into a humanoid form now. So I guess this is a bit more serious now, and as with Zoan, what do you call it, Devil Fruit users, their mixed form is always the strongest form out of anything instead of their full animal form. So now that Kaido's taking this a bit more seriously, I want to know how this is going to play out. Because he was kind of toying with them if he was just in his dragon form. So yeah, let's see how that fight plays out. I don't imagine them winning that much anyway. And you have to remember, in this form anyway, Kaido one-shot Luffy. So how are these guys going to stand a chance? But let's see what they can do. All right. And then we move on to Luffy Luffy, Sanji, and Jinbei kind of climbing up the towers. And now they're actually in the first level of the castle, and this is an improvement over the last chapter, which they were in the basement. So they're actually progressing above the tower, and they're climbing up. But we we get these stupid headliners, and yeah, the chicken one's kind of funny because the dude's face is where the chicken's butt is usually is. So that was kind of funny, that weird design of these headliners. What's he called again? The four tricks and Hamlet, right? So at this point, the headliners, being a headliner does not mean they're quite high ranked in uh, the army. What do you call it? Kaido's army, beast pirates. But despite them being quite high ranked, they get fodderized by Sanji and Jinbei, and I do like that classic Oda humor, just using these as irrelevant tools anyway. So I thought that was kind of funny. But if they were going to get fodderized, I didn't think they deserved to get their name. Like, yeah, I don't think they deserve to have an introduction with their name and everything and title. If they were just going to get fodderized, it would have been easy just to fodderize them anyway. So I feel that was a waste of a panel anyway. But so that was kind of hilarious, I thought. And this chapter is quite fast paced and very condensed because we're kind of getting a lot of people's perspective, because we now change our perspective again, which is now to the whole zombie situation with Queen and the pirates anyway. So this is the most dangerous one because of how deadly Queen's diseases and how easily it can spread to everyone, and just how lethal it is apparently, because uh, after you get infected, you apparently die within 1 hour. So that's that's crazy. If any of the Straw Hat crew catches it, then they're as good as dead. So this is also bad because it's kind of dwindling the numbers of the resistance, and you can see just how despicable of a person Queen is to make something like this. And I did notice there is a huge emphasis on Chopper. So he's I feel like it's going to be up to him to kind of develop an antibody to mass produce to kind of save everyone in this instance. So this is kind of Queen versus Chopper, medical fight, I guess. Disease versus cure situation, and we can definitely see that Zorro is the one. There's also an emphasis on Zorro to fight Queen himself, as he's been tasked to get the antibody from Queen. So that's interesting to see as well. So Zoro is going to be hunting for Queen anyway. So I want to see how it plays out. And I do like how Apu Scratchman is also used in this what you call it, scene. Just the way it's gonna be interesting actually. Just all these pieces are being utilized by Oda. I do enjoy it. Adds a lot of layers of dimension and complexity. There's just so many different ways and outcomes that this story could go. So I do like that when there's a lot of different outcomes. It stops the show by being very predictable anyway. So we find out that Queen actually gives Apu this antibody, right? And apparently that's the only one in the world. But I'm not sure if Queen is actually serious, because as we've seen, Queen isn't. He's kind of a despicable fella, to be honest, and he could just be lying and watching giving him a what do you call it, a placebo antibody just for his own amusement. But also, why would he give Apu something like that? Maybe he doesn't trust Apu. Maybe Apu is also a traitor, just like what do you call it, Drake. So maybe he's onto something as well. So I want to see if that's actually legit antibody or not. But if it is legit, you can see that Zoro is obviously going to chase down Apu. So that'd be quite an interesting fight to see anyway. But yeah, it's kind of comedic to see that Apu kind of getting the short end of the stick with everyone kind of coming after him now. So that's going to be interesting to see how that goes out anyway. All right. And then we move on to another scene. Actually, this scene was amazing. I actually got goosebumps, and this kind of further cements what it kind of further supports the what do you call it, the agenda that I've been pushing. Yamato for the next Straw Hat crew. Everything is just falling in place. I think and it just shows. I like it. I love it a lot. I love the whole speech Yamato gave, and also it shows her strength as well in terms of like battle prowess, because we can see her kind of take a massive explosion to the face, you know, and she's just standing there, and what's he called? Little dude, I forgot. What's he called? Give me a second. Young Master. Oh my goodness. What is the little dude's name? All right, I'm back. I kind of had a little brain fart. I forgot Momonosuke's name, but yeah, I remember it now. So yeah, I loved it when she took this massive explosion to kind of shield Momonosuke and Shinobu from damage. And I like how Momonosuke makes a reference to how she pretty much didn't take any damage at all. Because he's kind of surprised by that, and I'm guessing that's to do with her ornament haki being on this, similar to how Kaido doesn't really take much damage unless you got what do you call it, advanced ornament haki kind of thing. But yeah, so this kind of shows her battle prowess if she can take hits like that without much damage. So that's pretty crazy as well. And she pretty much one shots one of the headliner as well. So yeah, I do like how strong Yamato is. So if she does join the Straw Hat crew, it'd be very nice to see someone with actual battle prowess as well. And that'd be pretty sick. And I do like how she kind of steals the spotlight for this chapter, I think anyway. The whole "I would die for you." And in this situation, I think Momonosuke might come around to Yamato, because at this, before this moment, they were kind of running away from Yamato. So because of who she is. So now they might actually trust her. So this is going to be interesting. I wonder if she's going to have a fight with Sasuke. That'd be very interesting to see who'd win that fight as well. But nevertheless, I did like this chapter a lot. Especially Yamato's kind of little highlight right at the end. It's amazing. And I think this could be her Straw Hat moment. I call it the Straw Hat moment, that kind of thing. The moment where they kind of show off who they are as a character. So yeah. But yeah, her speech was pretty incredible about how, she watched she watched Odin get executed, but she didn't have any power to do anything, and all she could do was watch. But now she has the strength to do what she wants. So this is pretty amazing. And that was it for this chapter. I thought this chapter was amazing. There was so much content in this chapter. We had 4 different sequences, 4 different scenes all at once. So kind of keep the story going. The pacing is nice because we get to see everything at the same time. But hopefully we get to see more Yamato next chapter, because I'm really hyped for so what she's gonna do to Sasuke anyway. So let's see how that plays out. And yeah, this chapter was amazing. I'll see you guys next time.